But I have also mentioned that the uprisings which are now taking place are eventually going to facilitate Israel's big wars. Israel has to wage those wars in order to replace the United States as the next ruling state. But Dajjal does not want to wage war and appear as an aggressor. Dajjal wants that Israel should wage her wars and appear to be, we're only defending ourselves. And this thing that is happening now in Egypt and elsewhere, look where it's heading. Elections are going to take place in Egypt later this year, I believe. And you don't need a PhD to know what Washington wants. Washington wants Ikhwan al-Muslimun to win elections, of course. That's why Washington is talking to them now. And when they win the elections, the trap is set. What are you going to do about Gaza? You cannot be an Islamic government in Egypt and close the barrier at the crossing. You have to support your people in Gaza. And so Israel could start crying out, terrorism, terrorism, terrorism from Egypt, and build the foundations for launching an attack. But there's more to it than that as well. Washington will be going down on its knees to beg Egypt, why don't you enforce the Sharia? Imagine that. Washington going down on its knees to beg Egypt. New York Times appealing to the Egyptian government, would you be so kind as to enforce the Sharia? I wonder why. And when the Islamic governments in the Arab world declare we are enforcing Sharia, well, Kalantana, I think you better prepare yourself. So then they'll spring the, I call it a time bomb. A time bomb is something that is wired to explode at a particular time when they choose to trigger it. So the time bomb will explode in Egypt when an Egyptian family will come before the Sharia court with their 6-year-old daughter. The child is 6 years of age. And this man who wants to marry her is 55. They're probably going to choose a very ugly looking man. And a nice, pretty looking child. And then the Sharia court is going to give jaiz, yes, permissible. It's permissible in Islam for this marriage to take place. Yeah. And then CNN and CNN's sister, you know the sister? Al Jazeera, yeah. And every television station in the world is going to capture that. And Muslims are going to become the laughing stock of the whole world. The laughing stock of the whole world.